Learn English with Afra. Tips to speak in English. Hello, ma'am. Long time no see you. How are you? Don't you have classes today?
Good morning, Lisa. Yeah, I haven't seen you since intermediate level, I think.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Well, now I'm in advanced level. I'm about to graduate, teacher.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Soon, you could also teach English if you want.
Who knows? I am good at grammar, listening, speaking and writing.
Yeah, you are a good student. And I suppose you also know a lot about idioms now.
Idioms? What is that? I have never heard about that before, teacher.
Seriously? I can't believe it. Idioms are really important to speak English.
Important? I don't think so. I know everything. I'm in advanced level.
Yeah, but wouldn't you like to speak English like a native English speaker? Then, you need to learn about idioms.
Oh really? I'm not sure. I can speak English very well, teacher. What are those idioms?
An idiom is an expression or phrase whose meaning does not relate to the literal meaning of its words. In other words, idioms mean something different than the individual words. Students often confuse idioms with proverbs. However, these are two different things. Proverbs are well known for stating a piece of advice or general fact. For example, a picture is worth 1,000 words is a proverb, a general truth. The idiom bites off more than you can chew. What you meant is that you are trying to do something that is too hard for you.
Oh, now I get it. Yeah, I've heard about that. I remember now. Tell me more.
Why use idioms in sentences? I think that is a very interesting question. Idioms may add personality to your work or speaking. Idioms can also be used to convey sarcasm or puns. And as I told you before, if you want to speak like a native English speaker, you have to learn them. I will give you more examples, so pay attention, please. Let's see. For example, do you know what hit the sack is? I suppose you've heard it?
That's easy. Of course I know that. It's boxing. When you punch the sack.
Yeah, but as an idiom, it means go to sleep. For example, I'm gonna hit the sack. I'm tired. It means I'm going to bed. That's an idiom. It means something different.
That's very interesting. Please, tell me more examples. I want to know idioms.
All right, I will tell you some important idioms. For example, don't cry over spilt milk. It means don't cry over what has happened as it cannot be fixed. For example, Walter failed his exam, but his dad came and said just one thing, son, don't cry over spilt milk. Every cloud has a silver lining. It means bad things one day eventually lead to good things. For example, yesterday your phone was stolen, but today you found $10,000. Is it rightly said that every cloud has a silver lining? Another one, fair and square. It means being direct or fair. For example, to tell you fair in a square, I cheated on you. Having an ace up the sleeve. It means have an advantage for future purposes. Michel kept quiet at the board meeting, who knew he had an ace hidden up his sleeve the whole time. Draw the line. It means to stop before a point where something okay gets not okay. Hey buddy, that's enough, draw the line before someone comes and beats you to a pulp. Easier said than done. One of my favorites. It means not as easy as it appears to be. Listen, losing weight is easier said than done. Many people lack commitment. Break a leg. It means saying good luck to someone. For example, hey Alex, it's time for you to get on the stage and present your monologue. Break a leg. Fish out of water. It means to be out of your comfort zone. For example, Mac felt like a fish out of water when his girlfriend took him to Star Wars convention. Go the extra mile. It means to make an extra effort. For example, he was willing to go the extra mile for the love of his life, Alex. What else? To not see the wood for the trees. To be so involved in trivial matters that you don't get the important facts. He always argues on the silliest topics. It's like he can't see wood for the trees. Lose your marbles. It means to go insane. You have lost your marbles. What are you doing? Crying wolf. It means to ask for help when you don't need it. For example, you have cried wolf so many times that no one believes you now. Has bigger fish to fry. It means has more important work to do. For example, please don't bother me today with any calls, I have bigger fish to fry. Look before you leap. It means calculating the risks before advancing toward a possibility. You can't just sell all of your shares when the market is low. Look before you leap. Take it with a grain of salt. It means don't take it too seriously. For example, she tells great tales, but we take whatever she says with a grain of salt. The best thing since sliced bread. It means a really good invention. For example, Bluetooth is officially the best thing since a sliced bread. Bite off more than you can chew. It means take on a difficult work that is beyond your capabilities. Alex said he was going to work hard, but he bit off more than he can chew and now he can't leave. Go back to the drawing board. It means start over. It is not too late to go back to the drawing board and assess your mistakes. Call it a day. It means stop working on something. Oh. So what, we didn't complete the puzzle today, let's call it a day and come back again tomorrow. The last one. Twist someone's arm. It means to convince someone. I was not planning to come to the party, but by remaining meme of all the good food you twisted my arm.
That was very useful, teacher. So that's it? Aren't there more idioms to learn?
There are many more to learn. But we can do it in the next video if you want it. I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel.
And share this video with a friend, and if you want, improve English speaking skills every day. Good morning, teacher. Your class was very interesting. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Michelle. By the way, I have already checked your homework. That's great. How much did I get on my homework? Was it good? Well, I'm afraid to tell you that it was not good. You failed. You had a lot of mistakes. Oh, I see. I'm sorry about that, teacher. I promise I'll do better next time. Yeah, but first you need to know where you're failing, so you can improve your English. In your case, you need to improve your writing skills. You had a lot of mistakes on that. I know, teacher. It's difficult for me. But that's okay. I only want to speak English. I mean, I'm not interested in writing perfectly. What I want is to speak fluently. I think you're wrong. Writing skills are also very important if you want to speak English. I don't understand. Can you please explain it to me, teacher? I don't get it. English writing is considered to be an essential skill for success in the modern global economy. Writing is an incredibly powerful skill for English learners that will help you improve your vocabulary. Stop making the same mistakes and become more confident and eloquent speaker of English. You can speak better English by improving your writing. Yes, you heard that correctly. Improving your writing really can improve your speaking. Writing is an active skill, just like speaking. Now I will tell you how you can improve your writing skills, so you can improve your English. From sending emails to prepare presentations, writing is often a day-to-day task in many professions. Writing skills go beyond grammar and spelling. And it's something we can get better at with time and practice. First, you can review grammar and spelling basics. Grammar and spelling form the foundation of good writing. Writing with proper grammar and spelling communicates your professionality and attention to detail to your reader. It also makes your writing easier to understand. Plus, knowing when and how to use less common punctuations, like colons, semicolons, and dashes, can unlock new ways to structure sentences and elevate your writing seriously. Read what you want to write. Knowing what a finished piece of writing can look like and guide your own. If you're trying to write a humorous short story, read humorous short stories. Writing a book review? Well, then, find a few and take note of how they are structured. Pay attention to what makes them good and what you want to emulate. Without plagiarizing, of course. If you're working on a school assignment, you can ask your teacher for examples from past students. Make reading a part of your everyday life to improve your writing. Try reading the news in the morning. or picking up a book before you head to bed. If you haven't been a big reader in the past, start with topics you're interested in, or ask friends and family for recommendations. You'll gradually begin to understand what subjects, genres, and authors you enjoy. Proofread while it's tempting to submit work as soon as you're done with it. Build in some time to revisit what you've written, to catch errors big and small. Set your work aside before you edit. Try to step away from your writing for a day or more, so you can come back to it with fresh, more objective eyes. It really works. Now, if you could say something in fewer words, do so. Being unnecessarily wordy can cloud your message and confuse the reader. Pare down phrases that are redundant, repetitive, or obvious. Read out loud. Reading out loud can help you find awkward phrases in areas where your writing doesn't flow well. Get feedback. Whether you're writing emails or essays, asking for feedback is a great way to see how somebody besides yourself will interpret your text. But how can you do it? Approach a trusted friend, family member, coworker, or instructor. If you are a student, you can ask your teacher or a partner. You might also consider forming a writing group or joining a writing class. Right. Yeah. Like many skills, one of the best ways to improve your writing is to practice. Here I'm going to tell you a few ways you can get started, so I want you to take notes of it. Start a journal or a blog. Join a class or writing workshop. Practice free writing. Write letters to friends or family. Put together an opinion piece for your social media. Now, you can also practice your writing skills with these videos. How can you do that? Well, you can listen to the video, pause, and then write the sentences or phrases you listen. Then, you can check if what you have written is correct by checking the text on the video. And the great thing about these videos is that you can set it slower or faster to increase your typing level. You have no excuses for not improving your English writing skills. Do you get it? Yes, teacher. I really appreciate your tips, but which of them worked best for you? Oh, the one that worked best for me was to write a diary. How did it work? Well, I had a notebook. It was a special notebook where I used to write everything every day. When I got home from work or from the institute, I used to write how my day was. I described everything. I woke up today, then I took a shower. After that, I had a delicious breakfast. Also important events, I met a beautiful girl today. I like her a lot, but I can't talk to her. My cat died today and I feel very sad. Tomorrow I will have an exam and I think I won't make it. Just write whatever you want. And if you need to get your writing corrected, you can ask your teacher or a trusted friend who is better than you at English to correct your writing. Or Now with internet, we can do it ourselves. Just go to Google Translator and check your writing. Anyway, the important is that you're writing English as much as possible. Every single day. I will start writing a diary, then. Thank you very much, teacher. I appreciate your help. Well, if you really appreciate this class, don't forget to like this video and comment. Take care. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. How to speak advanced English.
Good morning, Lisa. You said you wanted to talk to me. What happened?
Good morning, teacher. Yes, I need to talk to you about something very important for me.
I'm kind of worried now. Don't tell me you didn't study for your final exam. It's today.
No, teacher. I'm ready for that exam. I have other kind of problem.
Then, what is that? Do you need help with some grammar or vocabulary?
No, well, yes. I mean, I'm about to finish studying English, but I feel I am not prepared. Next month, I will apply for a scholarship and I will have to speak to native English speakers. I don't feel prepared for that. I mean, I know I can speak English, but not advanced English. What I mean is that I always use the same basic words and I feel I'm on basic or intermediate level. And I'm not telling you did about work. No, I've learned a lot. And I can write it in advanced English. But the problem is the speaking part. And the last time you told me you were gonna help me. You said you were gonna help me speak advanced English. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. And I will help you with that. Don't worry. Let's see. First, I'm gonna tell you how to speak advanced English, and then I will teach you advanced English phrases.
Really, teacher? That's great. Thank you so much. I will pay attention.
All right, the first thing you have to do if you want to speak advanced English is build up your vocabulary. Try to remember the last conversation you had in English, where there are times when you really wanted to ask or say something, but you did not know the right words. Maybe you forgot what something was called. Maybe you didn't know a particular verb or expression. This is why the first step towards become an advanced English speaker is working on your vocabulary. There are several ways to do this. One way is to identify topics or word groups you have trouble with. I will tell you what I did in the past when I was studying English and worked well for me. I created or remembered a conversation I had in English. It can be any conversation. I wrote that conversation in a piece of paper. Of course, it can be more than one conversation. You have to write that conversation yourself. You can't copy that from internet or a book. After you finish writing that conversation, you will probably realize you wrote it with basic words. That happens because just as you speak, you write seriously. Now, try to change that conversation. Use advanced words or phrases to replace others. I mean the basic ones. If you don't know which advanced phrases or words to use, don't worry. I will teach you those phrases. I will give you an example. If you wrote, "I don't remember something," instead of saying that basic phrase, you can use an advanced phrase to replace it. It's on the tip of my tongue. This is a great phrase for when you actually do know something, but you just can't remember it right in the moment. If you want more phrases like this, please let me know in the comments. What else? Oh, there's another way. You can also write topics. Conversation topics you could have in English. It will depend on your lifestyle. Also, depending on your objectives and your activities. What I mean is, if you're an engineer, for example, then you will want to have a conversation about that. Using technical words or talking about important advances in the modern world. So, search words or phrases related to that topic you're interested in. That's the key. Or you can make a list about different topics you like. They can be politics, medicine, free time. Make lists of words and phrases that you find useful but have not mastered yet. At this point, reading materials on these topics will help you find unfamiliar vocabulary to work with. So, I will say reading is really important. You need to read more to learn new words and phrases. And if you don't know how to read correctly in English, we have a video about that in the channel. If the plan above sounds too academic for you, here's another good approach to learning more vocabulary. Listen to advanced English being spoken. They can be movies, songs, videos, or real people. Write down the words you do not understand. Your goal is to find unfamiliar words. So it is okay if you don't fully understand what is being said. Good sources for practicing this are online lectures, online courses, or any subject of your interest, and especially documentary films. Make a vocabulary list for each lecture, film, or tutorial you watch. I hope you understand that the idea. Obviously, you will have to study your new vocabulary every day. Study, study, and study. It is a good idea to work on your vocabulary regularly. Over time, your lists will become more and more advanced. As you become more advanced, you will begin to skip verbs and use fillers too. And it is okay to be casual sometimes. Just know the difference between a formal and an informal conversation. We also have a video about that. Don't fall into the trap of always being lazy when you speak English. All right. Here are a few simple rules to follow when you talk. Pronounce everything as clearly as you can. Try not to talk too fast, even if you're nervous. Stop worrying about your accent, it is okay to have one. Use full, grammatically correct sentences and questions, this is always a good practice. Now, if you're unsure of the meaning of some words, don't use them. Play it safe and add these words to your vocabulary list to study later. Remember, speaking advanced English doesn't mean you will have to speak English wrongly. No, you have to speak correctly. But it's important to understand what they're saying. I mean the native English speakers. I hope you've understood everything I told you. Because I don't have time for more.
Thank you, teacher. But you told me you were going to teach me advanced words and the phrases.
Oh, and I will, but in the next video. Only if the subscribers like the idea. If so, like the video.
I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.